There was once a young man who carried the weight of dissatisfaction in his heart. Every day he looked around and compared his life to those of others. His friends seemed to move ahead with ease, finding success in their careers, earning recognition, and living lives full of energy and joy. His neighbors built happy families and enjoyed contentment, while he struggled to find meaning in his own existence. Every time he tried to accomplish something, he was either met with criticism or indifference, and slowly, he began to believe that perhaps he was not good enough. This thought haunted him day and night, until one morning, tired and frustrated, he finally approached his father and asked the question that had been burning in his heart for a long time. "Father," he said with a heavy sigh, "I feel as though my life has no meaning. I try, but nothing I do is ever enough. People don't see me as someone important, and I can't seem to find my place in the world. Tell me, please, what is the true value of my life?" The old man listened with patience. His eyes were filled with understanding, for he had once been young himself and knew the pain of self-doubt. He did not rush to answer, nor did he scold his son for speaking so harshly of himself. Instead, he reached into a drawer and pulled out a small, worn ring. It looked old, with scratches across its surface, and at first glance it seemed like nothing more than a piece of jewelry, long past its prime. Handing it over, the father said, "Take this ring, son. Go to the marketplace and ask people what they are willing to pay for it. But whatever they offer, do not sell it. Bring the ring back to me." Though confused by the strange request, the young man did as he was told. He walked to the busy marketplace where vendors shouted out their goods and customers haggled over prices. He approached the first shopkeeper, showed him the ring, and asked politely how much it might be worth. The man glanced at it and laughed. "Not much," he said carelessly. "It's old and scratched. I could give you 1 coin at most." The young man felt a sting in his heart but moved on. At another stall, a merchant examined the ring briefly and shrugged. 2 coins, he said. "That's the best I can do." Others dismissed him outright, saying they weren't interested in such a worthless trinket. The young man returned to his father with disappointment in his eyes. "No one values this ring," he said sadly. "The most I was offered was only 2 coins. The father listened quietly, then smiled and said, "Now, take the same ring to the jeweler in town. Ask him what it is worth." Obeying his father, the young man walked to the jeweler's shop. The jeweler took the ring, placed it under the light, and examined it closely with his tools. His eyes widened as he looked at the stone set in the center, and studied the craftsmanship hidden beneath the scratches of time. At last, he looked up at the young man and said with astonishment, "This is no ordinary ring. It is made of pure gold and contains a precious stone of great rarity. Its value is immense, at least 1,000 gold coins, perhaps even more if placed at an auction." The young man stood frozen, unable to believe what he had just heard. Clutching the ring carefully, he ran back to his father and recounted everything the jeweler had told him. The father looked at his son gently and said, "My child, now do you see? The value of this ring did not change when you went to the marketplace or to the jeweler. What changed was the eye of the one who judged it. Those who lacked knowledge saw it as ordinary and cheap, while the one who understood its true worth recognized it as something priceless. The same is true of your life. You have been searching for your value in the wrong places, among those who cannot see your worth. Your value does not decrease just because others fail to recognize it. Your worth is great, and it lies within you whether others see it or not." These words struck the young man deeply. For so long, he had allowed the opinions of others to define his identity. He had compared himself endlessly to people who were walking completely different paths, and he had measured his life with someone else's ruler. Yet now he realized that his life, just like the ring, had an inherent value that no one else could take away. It was not about being admired by everyone or being praised by strangers. It was about knowing his own worth and living according to it. That day marked a turning point in his life. He stopped wasting his energy trying to please those who would never appreciate him. Instead, he began to focus on his passions, on the things that made his spirit come alive. He studied, worked, and built his skills with a new sense of confidence. Slowly, people began to notice the change in him. They respected his dedication, admired his courage, and came to him for advice. Opportunities opened where doors had once been closed, and though success did not come overnight, it arrived with certainty because he finally believed in himself. The truth is, the world had not changed. What changed was the way he saw himself. When he believed he was worthless, everything around him seemed to confirm it. But when he recognized his true value, life began to reflect that belief back to him. His journey was no longer about proving himself to others. It was about becoming the best version of himself, guided by the knowledge that his life was priceless. And so, the young man lived with a heart unburdened by comparison and a spirit strengthened by self-worth. He carried with him the lesson his father had taught him, that the value of life cannot be determined by shallow judgments or fleeting opinions, but by the understanding that within every person lies a treasure waiting to be recognized. No matter how many may overlook it, the truth remains the same. A priceless life cannot be diminished by those who cannot see its worth.